Brakatu, mir z vami in lepo pozdravljeni na kanalu Balkans. Malo počakam, da se uredi prenos, da samo vidim, da je prenos v redu, da je glas v redu. Zdaj nastavljeno, da je vse tako, kot mora biti in dobrodošli na kanalu in da se nastavljajo, da lahko prejemam goste in ostale stvari še malo, evo. Fino, zdaj mislim, da se je prenos stabiliziral, lepo. In evo, fino, lepo pozdravljeni na kanalu AROPL BALKANS. Včeraj sem začel s predstavitvijo hermetičnih naukov, ki jih je imel Abba Salik, in danes bi s tem nadaljeval, če nimate nič proti. Če imate, pošljite request in ustregel vam bom z vaši zahtevi za komunikacijo in vas prijel kot goste na mojem kanalu. In seveda, če se boste lepo obnašali, boste deležni lepih besed. Če se boste obnašali grdo, boste deležni grdih besed. Stvar je zelo preprosta. Nekako človeška komunikacija, osnovna kultura, ni treba biti ne vem kako kulturen. Če imate osnovno kulturo, ni problema, se bomo pogovarjali lepo in ne bo nobenih problemov. In tako bi jaz samo nadaljeval s tistim, kar sem včeraj začel. Se pravi, govorili smo o v bistvu skrivni pridigih Hermesa, v bistvu tem skrivnem tekstu, ki se nahaja v korpusu Hermetikusu, in v bistvu, kjer se razlaga, da v bistvu tudi v tem tekstu je bilo razložen, da že Hermes je rekel v tej egipčanski tradiciji, da on je rekel, da v bistvu ni drugega boga kot je Bog, ne? Se pravi, ni drugega boga kot Allah, in rekel je pač v drugem jeziku, ki ni bil arabski, ne? Ki je bil nekakšen pač ta afriški jezik, ne? Čeprav temu takrat se ni reklo Afrika, ampak pustimo to za kasneje, mogoče, ko se bo odprlo, ker je široko poglavje, ne? Moramo razumeti, Egipt je zelo širok koncept, zelo veliko tem obsega, tako da ne prehitevamo dogodkov, ne? Ampak če bo kdo zastavil vprašanje, bo z veseljem mogoče malo debato na čisto osnovni ravni, da ne bo pomote, da bom jaz šel tle raziskovati ali pa odkrivati kaj. Ne, pač jaz tle razlagam osnovne stvari, kar se religije tiče in kar se zgodovine tiče. Ne? Se pravi, to, kar nas imam uči in to, kar je imam do zdaj razodel, je pa razodel mnogo stvari. Ne? Vsekakor teh stvari ni malo in zakaj bi bili skromni? Ne? Zakaj? Zakaj bi bili skromni, ko pa je toliko stvari razodeto v imajo ljudje veliko, ne vem, proti besed, nekako proti tez, proti dogam, proti stigam in seveda lepih stvari zapovedati, ne, sploh kar se mene tiče, ne, brez dvoma, ne. Boste slišali marsikateri mitomeni, kroži recimo, da sem bil jaz brezdomec, ne. Naprimer, to je eden izmed mitov, ki mogoče kroži med nekaterimi ljudmi. Jaz o tem nič ne vem, ne. Da bi bil jaz brezdomec, se ni zgodilo, pač, da bi bil kdajkoli brez doma, ne. Pač, mogoče sem kdaj ostal za krajši čas nekje na potovanju na ulici, ampak to še ne pomeni, da sem jaz bil kadarkoli brezdomec, ne? Da sem jaz nekako bil brez doma ali da nimam, da ne vem, kje je dom ali pa, pač dom je tam, kjer je srce, tako da v nobenem primeru nisem brezdomec, ne. Ampak pustimo to filozofsko vprašanje za kakšen drug razgovor in za kakšno drugo priložnost, ko se bomo pogovarjali o statusnih simbolih v družbi, naprimer, ne. Naprimer o simbolih, ne vem, kdo je kakšne nacionalnosti, kdo je kakšne preference in kako se kdo pogovarja, ne, kakšno kulturo ima nekdo, ne. Tako da, lejte, če je kdo prijazen do mene, bom jaz prijazen do njega, če ne bo prijazen do mene, bom rekel, lej, prijatelj, lahko greš dol z tega kanala, tako kot si dolg in širok, ni nobene razlike med tabo in mano, ne. Nisi ti boljši kot jaz in jaz nisem boljši kot ti in so stvari čist preproste, ne. Če tega ne razumeš, naj ti Bog pomaga, lej, ker jaz ti prav veliko ne bom, ne. Tako da bom samo odprl to temo, ki sem jo nadaljeval, upam, da se bo še kdo vključil in to je to za zdaj. In včeraj sem govoril o tem skritem tekstu, se pravi, božanstvo je nenehna prenova kozmične mešanice narave v bistvu, ne. Narava sama obstaja sočasno in skupaj znotraj tega božanstva, ne. Se pravi, božanstvo je prenova kozmične mešanice narave, to je nekako dost lepo razloženo v mnogih religijah, ne. V islamu morda ne niti toliko, morda je to nekih drugih, ampak nekaterim je to samo po sebi umevno in zakaj se ne bi, ne vem, pogovarjali o osnovnih stvareh glede tega. Se pravi, da se to nekoliko pojasni, bi jaz glede omenil primer, ki vam lahko pomaga razumeti, kako so starodavni, ne, ti stara ljudstva, kako so oni gledali na vtis planetov, na človeštvo, ne. To sem že včeraj omenil, tako da je zelo zanimivo, ker so to dojemali zelo podobno, kot danes razumemo DNK, ne. Prav, DNK vam daje neke posebne lastnosti in določene poteze, ne. Morda ste dober košarkar, ne, mogoče ste nagnjeni k atletiki, mogoče ste višji, močnejši, modrejši ali imate pač boljši vid, ne, mogoče boljši notranji vid, mogoče boljši vidite pač od odzunaj, ne. In te stvari so nekaterim danes že pred rojstvom, zapisani so v vaši DNK, planeti so naprimer dojemani kot sila, ki imajo podoben učinek na naše življenje. Hvala Matana za darila, za te nagrade na TikToku, zelo sem jih vesel, čeprav jaz jih ne znam uporabljati, ampak hvala vseeno za darilo. Lep vikend in pozdrav kjerkoli že si živel. Se pravi, s tem nekako se sveti govor zaključi, ne? Pač to je razloženo v tem svetem govoru. Alejkum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. S tem se sveti govor zaključi in sem že včeraj omenil in bi še primerjal, naprimer, kaj Koran pravi o tem, ne. V bistvu, Abbas Ali, ki je v tem govoru, ko je to razlagal iz korpusa Hermetikuma, je razlagal, da v bistvu Koran, ko govori o nebesnih telesih, je nekaj arabskih verzov iz Korana, njihov prevod, se pravi, eden izmed verzov pravi, on je tisti, ki vam je ustvaril zvezde, da bi se po njih ravnali v teminah kopnega in morja. Se pravi, na prvi pogled bi morda rekli, v redu, ko plujem z ladjo, mi Bog pravi, naj pogledam v zvezde in bom vedel, kje sem, ne? In lahko pa tem uvedimo, naprimer, v globljo usporednico. Se pravi, podobno tisti, ki je bila omenjena v hermetičnem govoru, kot sem omenil, ne? Ker je bolj rečeno, da je Bog namenil človeku, da občuduje nebesa in iz njih pridobiva znanje, postavil je znamenja in po zvezdi so vodeni, ne. Drugi vers, drugi ajet pravi, prisegam pri legah zvezd in to je zares veličastna prisega, če bi le vedeli, ne. Se pravi, Bog sam, ne, Allah, prisega pri legi zvezd in je bila veličastna prisega, če bi le vedeli, ne. Drugi vers govori o Abrahamu, alejhi salam, se pravi, pogledal je v zvezde in rekel, bolan sem, to je eden izmed najbolj fascinantnih verzih, ki se nanašajo na zvezde v Koranu, saj jasno vidimo, da je Abraham pogledal v zvezde in iz njih razbral svoje stanje. Da je bolan ali da bo zbolel. Se pravi, pogledal je v zvezde in rekel, z Bolobom, ne, je videl v zvezdah, hvala, Mota, zelo lepo od tebe, vsake nagrade sem vesel, very gracious of you, thank you and have a nice weekend and beautiful week ahead. Sprav, druge je zapisano, resnično smo najnižje nebo okrasili z okrasjem, sprav z zvezdami in kot varstvo pred vsakim upornim hudičem. Ne morejo prisluškovati najvišjemu zboru. Z vseh strani so zasipani in odgnani in zanje je trajna kazen razen tistega, ki na skrivaj zgrabi delček in nato ga zasleduje prebijajoč plamen. Tukaj vidimo, da se v nebesih dogaja marsikaj. Bog dobesedno pravi, da so usode zapisane v zvezdah. V nebesih in zvezdah ter da se demoni oziroma džini uspenjajo, da bi ukradli informacijo o prihodnosti. Se pravi, plezajo ti džini, ti demoni, plezajo proti vrhu in hočejo zagrabiti te informacije. In to je nekaj glede česar se muslimani se strinjajo. Sura, džin, 72. sura, preberite si jo. Noben ne more reči, da je ni tam. Je tam, je. Točno tam je, kjer to piše. Če ni, povejte, razlož, ajde. Astrologija in preroki, kaj pa izročila? Kaj je o prerokih in poslancih povedal Mohamed in njegova družina? Islamska zgodovina knjige in knjige razlage Korana večkrat omenjajo in to lahko seveda vsak sam preveri. Vsak ima. Knjige so, imate na internetu, imate v knjižnici. Odprite jih, pogledajte, kaj ni res od tega, povejte mi. Evo, linije so odprte, razložite, kaj ni, kaj je in kaj še bo morda, če imamo kakšnega posebej nadarjenega preroka, izvolite na kanal, izvolite, povejte mi, kako je danes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, my dear brother. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm just having these reflections about Corpus Hermeticum and basically comparative thought with the Islamic religion. Basically, I'm basically dissecting the latest lectures of Abba Sadiq, and I just explaining how it is being fascinating that all these things they correlate. For example, things that Hermes Trismegisto said, like is also reflected in the Quran. And basically it is self-explanatory because Hermes Trismegistus was Idris, in fact. So yeah, I'm talking about that.
Yeah, that's great, my brother, because especially I believe you speak Albanian language, right?
No, I don't. No.
What's the language you speak, brother?
I speak Slovenian and the Balkan dialectics.
Yeah, that means these people, they need that translate. You explain that to them. That you're doing a great job.
Basically, I try my best, brother. The thing is that it's a bit, it's complicated a bit because if I speak in another language, it's it's that sometimes because you speak Arabic or Turkish. Are you
I
like
speak
Arab?
Arab and English.
Yeah. Arab and English. Okay, let's because I have spoken about this lately and.
You don't have to speak English with me. Just
no, I know. You know Balkan dialectics, or can you speak any Balkan language?
No. I'm just here to support you. You don't have to. Yeah.
So this is why I'm speaking English. I will just explain you briefly that basically I'm speaking Slovenian now because sometimes speaking in Balkan dialectics represents a certain problems for some people, So I'm speaking in my language because I'm a Slovenian national, that they wouldn't think that I'm not like, that I'm acting like I'm being of the other nationalities, God forbid, God forbid. Because you know how it is with Arabs, because sometimes, even in Arab, like it's like that somebody said you speak this and this dialect. Are you from there and there? And it is you know how it is in dialectics. It's like even a word or like the meaning of positioning of letters, sometimes it makes a difference for someone, not for everyone, but for someone it's not unimportant. I mean, you know about it. Yeah.
I got it. You don't have to. You don't have to worry about that. Just speak your language, and I'm here just to listen to you.
No worries. I will speak in my language. Thank you and have a nice day. So, thank you. Se pravi, bom nadaljeval, ker je gospod mi dovolil, da je rekel, da bo samo pozval, da lahko govorimo o svojem jeziku. In se pravi, astrologija in preroki govorijo o tem. Ne? Kaj pa izročila? Se pravi, kaj je o prerokih in poslancih povedal Mohamed in njegova družina? Se pravi, islamske zgodovine knjige in knjige razlage Korana večkrat omenjajo in to seveda lahko sami preverite. Prav tako pogosto se poistovetijo Idrisa s Hermesom kot pradavnim modrecem. Se pravi, pradavni modreci in pač vsi so ugotovili, tudi akademiki, ne, ti arheologi in ti ljudje, ki so spremljali to, so ugotovili, da je v bistvu Hermes, da je Idris, ne, da je Hermes je isto kot Enoh in je isto kot Idris v islamu. In zaradi tega, naprimer, zakaj je, ne vem, Enohova knjiga ne najdemo v Vatikanu. Pač reče ljudje, lejte, imate knjižnico, zakaj bi mi to imeli tam, ne? Ker ljudje, zakaj bi vedeli vse te stvari o religiji? Mislim, saj če hočejo zvedeti, si lahko sami preberejo, ne? Ker pravijo, da je to akademske narave, ne? Je to akademske narave, ampak če je akademske narave, lepo prosim, zakaj se o tem ne sme govoriti? Zakaj, naprimer, se ne sme omenjati Boga v akademskih razpravah? Zakaj? Ne? Živijo, lepo zdrav Francozi, lepo pozdravljeni in lepo, da podpirate AROPL BALKANS. Se pravi, Idris je bil tako imenovan, ker ime izhaja, kot je razložil Abasadi, iz besede da rasa. Da rasa pomeni študirati zaradi njegovega številnega preučevanja. Se pravi, Idris je bil prvi, ki je pisal s peresom, ki je šival oblačila in prvi, ki je preučeval znanost, vest in računanje. In to je zapisano v mnogih knjigah, tako sunitskih kot šiitskih. Naprav je jasno, ne, tudi islamski učenjaki so vedeli, da je to tako in so tudi ti hadisi, ki so jih imeli ti učenjaki, jim je bilo jasno. Ne. In islamske zgodovine knjige in knjige tafsirja vsebujejo pripovedi, da je Azar, oče Abrahama in astrolog Nimroda po zvezdah predvidel rojstvo otroka, ki bo končal njihovo vero in Nimrodovo oblast. Je zvezdogled je rekel, evo, Azar, se pravi oče Abrahama, je predvidel, da se bo to zgodilo. Ne. Prav tako vsebujejo te knjige pripovedi, da je Abraham gledal zvezde in spoznal, da je bolan ali da je opazoval Venero, to sem že omenil, Luno in Sonce ter izjavil, da ne ljubi tistih, ki zahajajo. Torej, s tem je povedal, da ne časti nobenega drugega razen Boga. Ne. Je gledal, moramo razumeti, ne. Takrat je bilo malo drugačke danes, ne. Ni bilo socialnih medijev, ni bilo, če je gledal nekdo in je rekel, olaj, tamle je nekaj svetoga, bom jaz to častil in je rekel, Abraham je rekel, lej, jaz ne bom tega gledal, opazoval je rekel, ne, jaz tega ne bom častil, to ni moj Bog, ne. In tako so nastali pač kot človeštvo je nastala religija, ne, pač, in zato jaz pravim, ne, religija je človek, ne, je jasno iz prepovedi je, da če komu ni jasno, lahko gremo od začetka, ponovimo vajo, predelamo tekste, imam vse knjige tle, vse knjige imam tle, imam Koran, imam Biblijo, sam povejte, ko odprem. Ali gremo v druge knjige, ni problema. Vaša želja, moj ukaz, vidite. Tako da bom pogledal, če je kdo na liniji. Zaenkrat ga ni, dobro. Se pravi, v teh knjigah je zapisano tudi, da je faraon imel sanje in so astrologi s pogledom v zvezde razložili, da se bo med Izraelci rodil deček, ki mu bo ime Mojzes, ki bo končal njegovo oblast, kar je vodilo do pobijanja moških novorojenčkov. Kaj se je zgodilo? Ne? Pač v teh knjigah od faraona je bilo napisano, da se bo rodil ta moški, ne? Ki bo odstranil faraona, ne? Ki bo odstranil tirana in da se bo ta človek pojavil. Ne? zapisano v knjigah in zakaj bi nekdo zanikal to, kar piše v knjigah samih, ne? Zakaj, mislim, s kakšnim namenom, ne? Ni jasno. In zakaj pač, kar je meni posebno fascinantno, ne? Zakaj bi nekdo, ki bere te knjige, pač koloniziral svojo religijo za sebe, ne? Se pravi, jaz to vem, imam za sebe, dobro, ti razumeš, ampak ti nisi zdaj tako pomemben in pejt stran, bom jaz razložil. To, kar ti veš, vem tudi jaz in v redu je. Ne? In vidimo torej, da zgodovina judovstva, krščanstva in islama potrjuje obstoj te znanosti že od začetka človeštva, ne? In da so se znanjo zanašali tako verniki kot neverniki in izločila ne pravijo, da je bila to napačna informacija. Ne? Temveč, kaj jasno kažejo, da je bila resnična, faraonove sanje so bile od Jožefa kaj pravilno razložene. Ne? Se pravi, islamske knjige vsebujejo tudi zgodbo, da je neka kraljica šla v vojno proti Jozuji, proti Jozuetu, sinu Nuna, in v boj pošiljala le vojake, za katere je po astrologih vedela, da njihov čas smrti še ni prišel. Jozue je na to molil Boga, naj ustavi ali vrne sonce, da bi zmedel njene izračune. Se pravi, judovske pripovedi govorijo tudi, da je Sulejman, se pravi Solomon, prosil sosednjega faraona za pomočnike pri gradnji templja. Faraon pa mu je iz zavesti poslal delavce, za katere je po zvezdah vedel, da jim je čas smrti blizu. In kaj, ne? Sveto pismo, islamske zgodovinske knjige in knjige tafsirja, vsebujejo zgodbo, da so modri možje, prav astrologi, sledili vzhajajoči zvezdi do kraja Jezusovega rojstva in mu prinesli zlato, miro in kadilo, ne? Se pravi, te fragrance in te sveti trije kralji, kogarkoli, se pravi, v katoliški veri so to Gašpar, Miha, Boltežar, v drugih so drugi, ne, ker imajo pač, nimajo slovenskih imen v drugih kulturah, Bog si ga vedi zakaj, ker pač niso bili takrat slovenskega jezika ali je bil, povej, mogoče pa je bil, ne, dobro. Prav tako se boje zgodbo, da je Herakli, ne, in drugi poznamenih v zvezdah, da so oni, kaj, prepoznali Mohamedovo poslanstvo, veš, zelo pomembno. Kralj Perzije Hozrov je opazil nenavadne dogodke, razpokal palači, predrt kanal in njegovi astrologi so potem gledali v zvezde, ne, in so ugotovili, da se je rodil Mohamed, ne, so videli Perzici, ne, rodil se je Mohamed Arabcem in to nekaj napoveduje in ta Hozrov, on ni bil, ne, človek ni bil naklonjen religiji, ne, pač ni bil naklonjen tudi malo tej religiji in je rekel, nekako ni bil navdušen, no, ali kako ne. In neka pripoved govori tudi, ne boste verjeli, o judovskem astrologu, ne, ki je izračunal rojstvo in zaključil, da lahko pripada le preroku ali njegovemu namestniku, ki bo vladal svetom. Kar so razumeli kot znamenje rojstva pričakovanega 12. imama. Težko je vse to pripisati na ključju, ne. Od Adama do 12. imama se vedno znova omenja zanašanje na to znanost in njena pravilnost. Ibn Abbas je dejal, da je to znanje del preroških znanosti in obžaloval, da ga ni obvladal. In Džafar al-Sadiq, se pravi Abu Abdullah, je dejal, da to znanje poznata le dve hiši. Ena med Arabci in ena med Indijci. V drugem izročilu je rečeno, da so indijske hiša potomci namestnika Idrisa. Ne? V drugem izročilu pravi, da so na nebu 4 zvezde, ki jih poznata le ti dve hiši in zato so njihovi izračuni pravilni. Kakšni so? Resni, da so bili pravilni. Ne? Božji poslanec je dejal, ko zvezda vzide, vsaka nadloga odide. Ne prav? Še enkrat ponovimo, Rasulallah sallallahu alejhi ve sellem je rekel, ko zvezda vzide, vsaka nadloga odide. Razumeš? Je zelo instantno, ne? Razumeš? Da je monumentalno, ne? Zvezda zvezda je samo po sebi znamenje, da se bo neki, če je neki zvezdni utrinek nekje, se nekaj zgodi. Ne? In vsaka nadloga, se pravi, ker je znamenje samo, ne? Za nekatere je dobro znamenje, kako za koga, ne? Kako za kakšnega astrologa. Kaj je z astrologi danes, jaz ne vem, ker nisem zvezdogled. Ne? Mislim, kdaj gledam zvezde, ko je treba, ne? Ko pa ni treba, pa teh zvezdic za spank res ne bi gledal, ker ne vem, tudi takšni ljudje smatrajo, da so neki drugi ljudje zvezdice za spanke in da bi nekateri radi bili zvezde, ampak ne vem, meni te zvezde, ne vem, kaj pa vem, no, kako je zvezdam, ne? Zvezdami je tako, da vzhajajo in zahajajo, ne? Ampak ko se neka zvezda dvigne, je lepo, ne? Je lepo, da gledamo vzhajajoče zvezde in vzhajajoče nebo, posebej na nebu. Ne? Na nebu je zmeraj lepo gledati, če kakšna zvezda, ker potem vidimo gibanje planetov, ne? Vidimo, kako se planeti gibljajo in zakaj se ne bi ravnali po temu. Ne? In se pravi, v nekem izročilu je tudi pač obstaja izročilo, da je nekdo vprašal imama Sadika o gledanju v zvezde, tega si lahko tudi pregledate v 6. poglavju Golo od Vajza, ker nekateri trdijo, da to ni dovoljeno. In rekel je, ni tako kot pravijo, to ne škoduje tvoji veri. Dodal pa je, vi pa poznate le majhen del tega znanja in da njegova celota ni dosegljiva, ampak majhen del pa ne prinaša koristi. In klasično se ta zvezda razume, ki je predlog Mohamed sallallahu alejhi ve sellem omenjal, se pravi kot plejada, nadloga pa kot bolezen pridelkov. Se pravi, ko se pojavi plejada, ne bo izgube pridelkov in potem se nekako se ravnajo, pač se je poslušalo te zvezdoglede. In to je to, kar se zvezd tiče. Ne? In zelo lepo je vidno, ker je tudi omenjeno v Godlu Vajz, da največji zvezdogledi so ljudje iz Indije. Ne? Iz Indije ljudje res poznajo zvezde in lahko nekdo garantira, da se bo zgodilo to in to na podlagi tega in tega. Jaz tako takšen zvezdogled le nisem, ker jaz le razlagam nekako pojasnjujem to, kar Amal Sadik razlaga in ne imejte me za zvezdogleda v tem pogledu. Hvala, dragi brat, za darilo, za vključitev v moj fan club. Vesel sem vsakega podpornika, ki podpira moj kanal. Evo. V drugem izročilu imam Amal Sadik, naj bo nad njim mir, naprimer mu je nekdo, nek človek, ki je bil njegov ne v bistvu oboževal, nekaj učenec, bi mu temu rekli, ne? Mu je napisal pismo in je zapisal: naš oče in naš ded, alejkum salam, sta se ukvarjala z umetnostjo opazovanja in preučevanja zvezd. Ne? In ali je dovolj, da jih preučujemo? Se pravi, vprašal so Džafara Sadika, je dovoljeno, da preučujemo zvezde? Džafar Sadik je rekel, ja, zakaj ne bi bilo dovoljeno? Zakaj bi ne gledalo zvezdi in jih preučevali? Hvala, Ali Sultan, thank you, dear brother, for supporting my channel. You can, if you want to join the conversation, you can do so by sending me request. In v istem veru so mu ponovno pisali in dejali, pravi, mi smo potomci Benu Naubakta, se pravi, Beni Naubakt so bili družina astrologov, ne? Veš, ti ljudje so bili astrologi in že prej so mu pisali, so pisali Džafarju Sadiku in so ga spraševali, a je dovoljeno preučevati znanost o zvezdah, ne? Če je to dovoljeno in kako bi oni to zdaj gledali na to, ne? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam, Habibi, my dear brother Ali.
How are you? How are you?
Alhamdulillah, brother. God bless you. How's everything?
He's very well. He's very well. I see Motana and Ali Sultan are getting in touch. Hello, brothers. So yeah, look, we can switch the
Yeah, keep going, brother. I'm just listening.
Yeah, of course.
Inshallah, all of you will.
I know. No, it's no problem. But if you want to, because like
What is the topic about? Like, what are you guys talking about?
topic is I'm talking about the Hermeticism. I'm talking about Hermeticism. I'm basically talking about the sacred sermon of Hermes and Ahlul Bayt. You know, these latest lectures about that Abba Sadiq was opening. Basically, Hermes was on the same religion as Muhammad was. You know, because even Hermes is Idris. You know, is Enoch, and he said that basically, even he said in this sacred sermon that there is no God but God. You know, it's he said it before Muhammad did, for example. You know, this is for some is like even some tradition like Greek traditions mention this. You know, and Egyptian traditions. You know, it's not like it's not in Arabic even. No, it's in Egyptian language, which some consider as African, but there it was not even called Africa. You know this, right? Because I mean, you are more in touch with this cultures, and it's self-explanatory.
Assalamu alaikum,
Salamu alaikum.
I hope you are good, my brother.
I am.
Welcome, brothers. God bless you for everything.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm here to support you.
Thank you.
You do the best life.
Yeah.
Labbaik ya ambassador. Labbaik ambassador. Labbaik ambassador.
Yes.
God bless you, and I'm here to support you. I go down, but I'm here.
Okay.
I'm with you.
If you want to join the debate, you can do it at any time. You know, because I would like to basically have don't stop.
No, you see why it's the best. Okay, God bless you. I'm here. I will join the debate if something.
Okay, look.
Bless you guys. Love you.
It's about the discourse. Thank you. About the sacred sermon.
Very interesting.
About Hermes, and I was basically dissecting what Hermes said in this sacred discourse according to what Abba Sadiq talked about. You know, so it's a commentary basically, and it starts off saying like the glory of all.
Why is this guy telling us Jewish? We are not Jewish. We are actually the Jew.
Who said so?
That's the guy in Kurdish. He's writing.
Kurdish, I didn't see. I'm sorry. Look, it's all right. We are not Jews. No, basically, look, we are true Muslims, true Christians, and true Jews. You know, even if you call us Jews, we are the true ones. We are not these fake Jews. You know, like this fake, guys who claim they believe in God but they don't, you know, like we are not the synagogue of Satan, you know, because like even if somebody calls us Jews, I mean, it's not it's not far-fetched, you know, like insult. I don't.
Brother, tell us, what does it say in Balkan? This thing behind you. What does it say in Balkan?
Here I mean allegiance belongs to God. This means allegiance belongs to God, and here it says it's like that every people must choose its leader, which must be from God, because if otherwise it's like you have only it's like walking around with no head and no eyes, you know, like if you don't choose a leader that comes from God, you know, you're basically, you have a body detached from the of its head, you know. So this is what it says, you know. So basically I was speaking in my own language because not many people are friendly towards these discourses. So I tried to have even a monologue, you know, and then I just put it on the social media, and that's it, you know. If somebody comments, it's all right. If it's not, what can I do, you know? I'm representing what Abba Sadiq teaches, and that's it for me, you know. If somebody supports it, it's beautiful, and it's beautiful. The
Imam.
Yes, the days like today that many people come and support my channel, you know. So in this discourse, basically, it says that all things are the glory of all things belongs to God, and Godhead and divine nature. This is the teachings of Hermes, you know. And what is the source of all that exists, once mind and nature and even matter, So even matter and the nature and all things, it's who is the master of all things? It's God, It is God according to Hermetic traditions. And in this, we can see this same concept of monotheism in Hermetic literature, you see. And the wisdom that reveals all things Godhead too is the source of nature, energy, and necessity. Basically, what is necessary, it's the nature of all things. So, the goal and the power of renewal, boundless darkness lay in the abyss, and there was water, and a subtle intelligence breathed by God's power. It is the intelligence and the breath of God. Basically, it's a source of God's power. It like the God's might and the power comes from basically this life force, this energy which is in our body, because the breath of life is not like something that is just that it just exists, I mean, somebody can say, yeah, I'm alive, it's like it's natural that I'm alive, but even the breath. You know how it is with the breath, because today, you know how it is. Even some people, consider something like self-explanatory. You have people, for example, who come and say, so much millimeters and centimeters, cubic centimeters of rain fell on your land. And we gotta measure it, the company comes, some company, it's not in all the lands, but in some countries in Europe it is so, Some companies coming, we gotta measure how much cubic meters of rain fell on your land. Somebody seemed to him far-fetched, what do you mean, It's the rain, man, it's like the rain comes from the sky. Why you want to measure the rainwater, it came from the sky. No, look, we have to measure it and we will charge you for it, you see? So it's not so far-fetched, but I'm telling you something, because what I believe that our religion don't support this, don't support this because it's not that we are owed to some, earthly ruler to be like in, like that we should pay an earthly ruler because rain falls from the sky, do we, I mean, for me, this is something like unimaginable. I mean, I can understand it why, maybe I can even, say, okay, people will pay, what can they do, I'm not going to berserk of it, but it's not like that, it is not something that I support, these things, that the rain that comes from the sky, that even the rain, that it belongs to some earthly ruler, I'm so happy, and that I should be thankful to this earthly ruler, it's, for this, this is for me, I'm not supporting it, what do you think about this, Ali Sultan? Ali Sultan is not coming. Okay, so, these things were, according to Hermetic teachings, as I said, were held in chaos, was basically chaotic, and then holy lights arose, and beneath the dry expanse, which literally translates as sand, the elements gathered from the moist essence, and all the gods drew out their proper portions from fertile nature, you see, according to Hermeticism. So this is the epitome of monotheism, as we can see in the beginning of this sermon, where Hermes is making it a point once again. So, and as he did in the previous two discourses, to emphasize the fact that there is this Father, this Godhead, that in the source of all creation, and that nothing is like him, and he cannot be described. You see, the same thing as in Islam, It's like, in Islam is Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu an Muhammad abduhu wa rasuluhu. In Hermeticism is the same thing. It says that it emphasizes the sacred sermon of Hermes, it emphasizes that there is no God but God, and that nothing is like him. It's like Kul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. You see, the same thing as in Surah Al-Ikhlas. You couldn't believe this, you can't make this up, it is there, the parallel is there, the comparative thing is there, and it's self-explanatory that these things are even to the most ignorant of people, if you show him these things, he says, you know what, look, I mean, you can look it up. Look, go on the internet today, see the sacred sermon of Hermes and compare it with Surah Al-Ikhlas. If you don't believe me, that what Abba Salik is saying is true, because it's not for somebody that is researching religion that these things are not self-evident. It then, of course, and it is being previously compared. Basically, Imam Ahmad al-Hassan's book of monotheism, which I, by the way, put with some like audio ambiental music behind. I put basically not the whole of it, most of it, the whole of it. I have still to put it. Basically, it describes in the book of monotheism description of the Huwa of God. Basically, the He, before He manifested Himself and made Himself known as the divine essence. You see, even the book of monotheism describes totally the same thing, And then we get to the bottom of this verse and we notice that it talks about these gods that are drawing out the proper portions from fertile nature, and these gods that it's referring to. It's talking about the 7 planetary bodies, as Abba Sadiq demonstrated in a previous lecture. And those are what? The Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn. Basically the 7 planetary bodies, which were essentially the planets of the planetary bodies that were visible and very well known to the ancient world. Like these planetary bodies were known to the ancient world, and they are being described as gods. In the ancient world, these were gods for them, because they knew, that the nature itself, it moves and it exists according to these planetary bodies. How these planetary bodies move, and this is like the science of its own. But what I tried to say, like that, even Jafar al-Sadiq, he made this what was called tribe Beni al-Nawab.
Yes.
Yeah. And they asked him, is this true? That is it allowed in your religion, in Islam, that we can look at the planetary bodies? And Jafar al-Sadiq said yes. It's like I'm sure that some people agreed with it. That it's allowable, but some people maybe didn't. Because sometimes something what's good for someone is not so good for somebody else. So even today, if you see some crops growing somewhere, it is good for the one that owns these crops. So if he has too much of them, for surely it is good always to share these crops. Like with somebody at least. I mean, if somebody shares the crops with his own family, so much better. Well, it's always so beautiful to share, and we are encouraging that. As a big family of Ahmad Religion of Peace and Light, we always encourage what you love for yourself, you should love for your neighbor, and that for surely is true. Humanity has many examples, of
Exactly.
Yes, of like traditions, like of cultures coexisting between each other, just because of friendly, friendliness between neighborly relations, and it's like even I saw, for example, even from the Holy Land, I saw recordings, from the Holy Land, that some Jewish settlers came, for example, on to their Palestinian neighbors, and they took up, for example, that sledgehammer, and started destroying the crops of their Arab neighbors, And these Arab neighbors came and said they knew their neighbor, and some sister came together and said, "Oh my God, Benjamin, why are you doing this? Come on, why are you now destroying these crops? You don't have to do that, And this guy, he realized, what he is doing. And he says, I know, I don't want to, he said, somebody told me to, And of course, this is the thing that that should be like recognized. Like that. Sometimes some people, even Jesus said, sometimes the people just don't know what they are doing. Like it should be like said, to like hey neighbor, like why are you doing this? Why are you like oppressing some like your neighbor when this neighbor doesn't want like to do nothing to you? And of course, this is why this humanity exists right now in the way it does. It wouldn't. We would be all like far gone by now if like we wouldn't have like this voice of reason in our head, like this sense of cohesion. Like that. Basically, we have to coexist. We have to adapt and have a mutual respect to each other, even like if sometimes, some bad words are being spoken, because if somebody doesn't understand something, it must be explained to him, We must have like a reasonable debate on the basic human level, that everybody understands it, how things stand, that this world exists in the way it is right now, and that the crime rises, and that people start to understand what the crime is talking about, that it's not some like bow, like from around the corner, some like extremists like making some cult or sect, because it's not about it, it's just about we are explaining the truth of religion, because Abba Sadiq is the father of truth, and this is very comprehensible. Even if you saw the last episode, even the like little children, like 6 years old, understand this. If 6-year-olds understand the story of Karbala, why can't, for example, like adults or like the grown-ups understand what happened at Karbala, why the Islam...
Majority of Muslims, they don't know about it. Like majority of Sunnis, they don't even know what story of Karbala.
Yeah, it's tragic. It's very tragic.
And they deny it, they deny it.
Yeah.
They act like it never happened.
Yeah, there are even debates, brother. I saw the debates, like between Shia and Sunni, like this. Let's call them the street preachers, I call it like the manic street preachers.
Evil scholar.
No, I'm not calling them evil. Come on, it's more like this.
No, they are evil, brother. They came from Shaitan. What do you expect? Like you want me to call them?
Yeah, no, it's not about that. Like the good, the bad people. It's about being like representing something. Because you want to, be a part of something, It's this, because like, especially about the religion, because religion is kind of complex, because you have to know history behind the religion, And of course, it's a beautiful thing,
Brother, they're controlling all the religion, and just like how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has messengers and guiders, also evil, they have messengers and scholars and fake imams,
Yeah, I'm not denying it.
So, for example, the king of Saudi called himself Imam Khomeini Sistani. They call themselves Imam, but they are Imam from Shaitan. You understand?
Yeah.
So they're never chosen by God.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that, like.
But you're denying that I'm calling them evil. So, like, they are evil. Son of evils.
I'm not talking about the Khamenei and these guys. I'm talking about, for example, like Ali Dawa, or for example, like what's his name, like.
Also, he is, brother. He's ignorant. I've talked to them, and they know about us, and they're laughing at us. Like, how can you even respect those creations?
But I'm talking about this, like this YouTube online or even like street level of debating, like because why it's like why taking like this freestyle word battles into religious ground, because like it's like talking.
Brother, how can you take out evil from religion? Evil, it means bad, darkness, like any negative.
I mean, for surely you can't have it on a street level of debating when you're talking about religion.
Yeah, like for example, all these Sunni Shias, they have repeated the same mistake of Lucifer, of evil. Shaitan.
Yeah, I agree.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to kind of, because the main enemy of Abrahamic religion is who? Iblis.
Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello.
Hello. Kurdi, are you Kurdish? Are you English? Yeah, he was Kurdish. They just following me. It's okay.
Okay. Look. I'm not saying that what you're saying is not right. I'm just saying that this is not the level of discourse and debating that religious people should have. You know why? Because religious people, at the basic level, they should understand religion. You know, they should understand that religion is a man. That religion is something about the man you follow, you know, like about the teacher you follow.
But the man is...
I will just tell you the basics, you know. For example, you can't have like, if you're entering the boxing tournament, you know, you for surely can't use the wrestling moves, you know. This is the basic rule, you know. So I'm saying, you know, like, why taking like religious debate to this like freestyle level, you know, like who will insult who the more, you know, because like it's not good because it's very emotional and it hurts many people, you know. It hurts like because like Abrahamic religions go way back then, you know, like go back way again, and someone should be careful what he speaks about, you know. It's not like that somebody's words, you know, that if somebody says some words that he can take it back, he can't, you know, like what is done is done. He said those words and he has to deal with it.
Brother, what about these people? They want to continue on that bad way,
This is tragic. This is tragic. This is complete tragedy, of course, you know. But the thing is that they don't understand, you know, that they should, because if they don't speak more.
I don't understand what you mean by freestyle. What's a better word for me to use them? Not call them evil. What do you mean they are doing evil acts, brother? What moral and immoral are you talking about?
I'm not blaming you, look. I'm not blaming. I'm talking about these scholars. You know, I'm talking about this, or even like social media debates, for example. You know that. Walaikum salam. About social media debates that are being like on TikTok, like and on these channels that are not being like on religious level that they should be. You know, because the moment that somebody like recognizes that religious debate is not turning in their favor, you know.
I mean, brother, whoever does not know the leader of their time, they are jahil, they are ignorant, right?
Yeah, they
so
are.
Ignorant.
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that. Yeah, but it's like we shouldn't be like judging them for being ignorant. You know, you shouldn't like judging them. Look,
brother, it's not judging. You show them they're ignorant and you correct them, and then they should be like Imam Ali says, the ignorance never understand the scholars, but the scholar understands.
Okay, but how many supporters will you attract in this tone? You know, if you're not like even try to explain to them why are they wrong. You should like even to a child, you know, if he's like putting his iron.
What do you mean a child? Like those evil scholars, they are 70 years old. What child are you talking about? They have white hair, white beard, and they still doing evil acts. And what are you talking about?
It has to be explained to them what are they doing wrong, and like explain to them very briefly, you know. You shouldn't like speak to them in a bad tone, you know, because first of all they have like many supporters, and second of all because like we are basically supporters of the kind, but we try to like I can speak to someone calmly, you know, and like just briefly explain to him.
We are calm, like no one is not calm. We are very calm, but we are very emotional for them, me calling them evil. I don't understand.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that like basic like tone of calmness should be used with these scholars, you know, because
but they are not scholars. They are never authorities by God or Imam of all time. So why you call them scholars? They're not scholars.
Well, they are end-time scholars. I mean, what else?
You can say they are university scholar. Like what? Are we talking about religious scholar?
Walaikum salam. We have a guest. Hello, brother Iraq. How are you?
شلونك عالم متغنى بالعرق شلونك؟
Hello. I don't speak Arabic. If you guys have something to speak about, you can speak to.
Hey brother, life is not Arabic, okay? And leave brother مثنى. لا سلم على مثنى. هسه لايف مو باللغة العربية. لا مثنى وثنى هذا بالعربي. يلا انزل.
Hello,
brother. مثنى بالعربي.
Yeah, it's okay. We are just talking about that this scholar should be like, it should be explained in the most manner that they are not in the right. That they are not in the right, you know. It's like that.
Yeah, drop this guy, brother. Drop this guy.
No, I muted him. It's all right, you know. It's like he's a supporter, so it's
no, he's not a supporter, brother. He's an enemy. Drop him.
He's an enemy.
He's not a supporter, brother. Drop him.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, dear brother. I will disconnect you right now. Bye-bye. Yeah, I dropped him. Yeah. It's like, no matter how many times I try to tell these people, you know, that they shouldn't speak like on this channel in Arabic, because I don't speak Arabic, you know, and if they learn my language...
Brother, when I say drop him, I speak Arabic. He was one of the enemies talking bad, you know, to Brother Musanna. Brother Musanna is Ansar, you know.
Okay, thank
so
you.
You have to listen to us.
You see, this kind of interconnectedness on my channel, I don't appreciate, but if you explain it like you did, I know what's going on, and it's no problem, you know. It's like, because we are all in this quantum reality together, you know. Like,
brother, this is what I was talking about. There are people worse than donkeys, you know?
Yeah, it's not.
If I would exchange them, I would literally take a donkey. You know?
Okay, yeah. Look, what I was saying, you know, about these scholars, I saw, for example, debate, for example, like between, I don't know.
There is a verse in Quran. Look, there is a verse in Quran. God says those evil scholars that they have knowledge, but they don't work upon it, like the Jewish evil scholar and the Christian evil scholars and the Muslim evil scholar. He said they are like donkeys, bro. They have books on their back.
But they don't read them. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. If the donkey knew that those are books and wisdom, and you know, you would have sat down and read, you know.
And read. Exactly. The other thing is, but even the scholars who read, I tell you, like, even the world. I watch like.
But knowledge without knowledge without practice is nothing.
Look, I watched, like in Hyde Park, the battle between Mohammed Hijab and Shia Blade Runner, you know. Beautiful guys, very knowledgeable, but I don't think these guys know what they're doing, you know, like, sincerely, like, from my point of view, you know. Because why going, like, after, for me, like, as a convert to, being like a researcher to being religious, you know, from agnostic to gnostic, you know, like, for me it's like unintelligible that someone after 1,400 years, you know, of like this intertribal battles between clans, you know, between Arab tribes and Indian tribes, between Arab and Persian tribes, you know, about Islam, they want to like use their intellect and their knowledge to have a religious battles according to knowledge in Hyde Park in London.
Controlling everything.
You see that, and I'm not saying that they don't have knowledge. They have knowledge, but
they have knowledge, but they are betrayers. They don't act.
This is what I'm talking about.
No weight. Yeah. They have their knowledge have no weight. They have no action.
Look, it's not about they have action. They have. This is the worst thing of it all. That they have action, but this action is wrong. You know, because like they're using like their knowledge.
They have minor actions. We're talking about the major action. For example, finding the right leader. All of them they failed to find ambassador, and they deny the wasiyah, you know? That's like the very clear betraying to Prophet Muhammad.
I will tell you something. Look, the older you are, I mean, the more you understand, the wiser you get, someone says, you know, like, and somebody may be using
I don't think that's about
willpower and his knowledge
if that's the
just
case,
to prove
no, I don't think it has.
This is the tragedy.
No, look, brother, look.
It is.
Yeah, but it's not about age. That doesn't mean age makes you more smarter. most of the people, they are older and they are dumber, you know?
It's true.
Like, bro, because if you lie, you're gonna lie more if you don't repent.
I mean, intelligent people, or someone who start understanding things, even stupid people becomes intelligent sometimes, you know, like they change their mind, you know, because like even Abba Sadiq said, you know, like the Quran says that God doesn't change people before people change their own selves, you know.
Exactly, the real jihad is a struggle of your nafs, ego. You have to kill your ego.
Yeah, it's like
most people cannot kill their ego.
You see, yeah, this is the thing, you know, that even the Buddhists knew this, you know, like, because to the Buddhists, somebody said, you know, somebody came and said, you know, why are you not talking about God, you know, you must talk about God, you know. It's like, the Buddhist point of view, you know, like, okay, you know, there is, I can even accept that there is God, you know, but why should I?
Rather, most of them, they failed to know the leader of their time, the teacher of their time.
Yeah,
that's every sect.
In this age and time, that is true. But like, some Buddhists can understand, you know, some may say, why should I talk about God when I still work on myself, you know? I still haven't reached God.
But God is in you. God is in you, you know?
It is. But in all things, you should consider battling your own nafs and your own self, you know. This is the first and foremost of anything, you know.
Thank you, brother, for your knowledge and wisdom. I have to go. It was nice talking to you. God bless you. Love you, brother. Love you, brother. God bless you.
Have a lovely day. Okay. Yeah. This was very beautiful debate with Ali Sultan. I love this brother. He's very knowledgeable, and I basically agree with him. I agree with him that these scholars are evil, you know. It's not that like these marjas and these people, walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brother Royjan, these scholars are not evil. But what I'm saying is that basically we should like explain to these scholars not for winning an argument, you know. It's basically speak to them from the perspective that if they are representing the religion of Islam, they should know what to do, you know. They should do the right thing, you know. They should like drop from their positions of being like a representative, these idols in human flesh, and like start acting like a responsible person, my God, you know. They should start acting like somebody who like understands something and who knows something about religion, you know. Why be in like in this position of like you know, the person who represents like the religion of Islam, and not consider like other religions as like being like in the position to be reachable, you know. Why not, you know? Because at least at the point of the conversation, you know. For example, I'm not mistaken like what I'm saying, you know. For example, that it should be like Chrislam or something. No, because this is wrong, you know. Like you can't say that New Testament and Quran are the same. No, but it should be like accepted that there is a truth behind religion, and that religion is a man. This is all I'm saying. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brother Rory Chen. Welcome to the channel. Where do you come from, if I may ask?
Hello, brother.
Hello, sister. And where do you come from?
Hi, sister. How are you?
Hello, brother Anna.
I didn't see you. It's like long time, almost 7 days, right?
Yes.
Are you good, my dear sister? I miss your life.
Because wait a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Our sister, she is from Costa Rica, I believe.
From Costa Rica?
I believe.
Oh, okay.
Ecuador or Costa Rica? Ecuador. Yes.
Oh.
Ecuador. Yeah.
That's nice.
Ecuador.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice. So look, sister, we are just talking about this sacred sermon of Hermes. I was trying to put some parallels, from the latest lectures of Masadik. I was basically explaining how this Hermetic religion is connected to religion of Islam, and that it's not it's very interconnected, it's very self-explanatory, like to humans who use their intellect, And basically what we had a debate with Ali Sultan that he said, these scholars are evil, and of course I'm not saying that they're not, I'm just saying that somebody can have knowledge about something, but even their knowledge can be used for the wrong things, For example, I'm not saying that somebody must sometimes use a higher tone of voice, or say to someone, that this is not good in a higher tone of voice, maybe prove their argument with some perspective of being more knowledgeable. It's just that this is more things of I would call it like a rooster fight, to be
Look,
speaking
brother, I don't know what is your name. You didn't tell me your name.
My name is Jan.
Jan.
Jan, yes.
Yeah,
Nice
it's a
to meet you.
nice to meet you and nice name also.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's my topic. Hermeticizem.
Trismegistus, it's a very expensive, very expensive topic, and it's very.
His soul is Al-Sadiq. His soul is Tangle Metatron.
Metatron. In Jewish traditions, he's mentioned as Metatron. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. So it's like that. This is very vast topic, because he was called Idris because it comes from Daras, basically, because of his many studies. It means to study, Idris. So because Daras means study, so he was the first to write with a pen. And the first to sew garments, and the first to examine the science of the stars and calculations. And I was basically explaining that this Beni Nauban, they came even to Jafar al-Sadiq later, and they asked him, for example, is looking at the stars, is it acceptable? Jafar al-Sadiq said, of course it is, yes it is, and surely, that not everybody agreed with Jafar al-Sadiq and Banu al-Wan. Yeah, tell me.
Excuse me, brother Jan. Can I ask you about your account with the TikTok? Did you make it from your country, mother? The people, friends, and your account, they are from the same your country or from UK?
I don't know what you mean. Which my friends? For example, people.
I'm talking about your TikTok account. Your TikTok account. Did you make it when you was in your mother country, or you make it when you are in UK right now?
No, I made it in the UK. Why are you asking?
Yeah. Look, if you want, I'm trying here to tell you some information to help you with your work in TikTok, because this is what we do. Each believer, he have to know how to work with the people in TikTok, and he use his language, to share the call with the people. Okay. First you have to add a lot of people from your country to your account. Okay. Added them. This first, and second, when you start your account, the life for you. Share your life with your people. They speak your language.
I do so. Yeah.
And then also share it with your store, with your story, and then people, they can watch you from outside, and then they will come to you. It's like some information. This one is gonna help okay, to make your TikTok account strong,
bigger,
and
yes,
all the people that will know you are alive, because you need that. You need that, brother.
Thank you, thank you for your advice.
I'm sorry if I cut your conversation.
No,
I'm just, you know.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that suggestion, and I will for surely use it. You know, I basically shared my account with a lot of people. You know, but it's always up to them if they follow me, if they support me. Because not me, for example, I do a lot of things, so I don't always have time to be live. You know, but when I do, I try to share with someone who is here, and I'm always glad if somebody joins, you know, in, and we're having this debate.
You're doing a great job, brother. God bless you. I love you so much, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother Matana. I'm glad that you're a supporter of this channel. Thank you for all your gifts and everything. So look, Islamic history books, even the Quranic interpretation book, contains stories, for example, about Pharaoh, that he had a dream, and the astrologers interpreted the dream by looking into the stars and stated that a boy would be born, that meaning Moses would come amongst the Israelites who would end his rule. You know, like these stories are also far-fetched, you know, like astrologers said something will come, and what happened, you know, and these rulers, you know, what happened, they started to kill the infants, you know, they started to search, you know, who is doing something, and they start to slaughter the children, you know. So what we're seeing here is what we're seeing, that the history of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam is affirming that this science existed, you know, like about the astrologers seeing something, and it existed from the very beginning of mankind, and that the believers and the non-believer alike relied on it. They all really listened to astrologers, you know, and the prophets. Sometimes to the astrologers, sometimes to the prophets, sometimes to both, you know. So the believers and the non-believers alike relied on it, basically, on this science. So, and the hadith are not saying that it was false information. Rather, you see clearly that it was true information. This was all true. So Pharaoh really did have a dream, and the interpretation was correct, and that there was going to be a savior that was born. Islamic history books contain stories that a queen once went to war against Joshua, the son of Nun, and only sent to battle soldiers when she knew their time of death hadn't come, by relying on whom? On the astrologers, you see. It's very clear and precise. So, and this in reference to this narration where Joshua is an enemy, and this woman, she has a lot of astrologers with her. So she's a queen, she wants to fight him, he's fighting against them, and he is losing soldiers. See, Rory Chan said, that the God advice tells us that our destiny is 89% decided and can be seen in the stars. It does say so, you know, like destiny, you know, like if even if you have somebody, you know, speaking about your destiny, you know, like it's some people, you know, who are like maybe astrologers, maybe prophets, maybe messengers, you know, they maybe know something about your destiny. I mean, it's always, you know, it's a puzzle. Even if you meet somebody who tells you something, you know, even, you know, this guy's sister which have a tarot cards. Did you ever use the tarot card system? If I may ask.
You ask about.
I'm asking the sister, brother.
Oh, the sister. I'm sorry. Go ahead, the sister.
I mean, before one could see it in the stars, but that science was confused by God. Before.
I understand. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's like prophets, you know, like for example, Islam is not like known to, you know, to be like have a science of tarot cards. But this doesn't mean that astrologers are not like some of them. They are not using the tarot cards. I think we will have dear brother Bojan with us, and he's from Croatia. I mean, he's from Sarajevo. He's a Bosnian. Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Bojan. Kako je danas?
Assalamu alaikum. Evo, bolje, hvala ti na pitanju, brate, hoćemo na engleskom ili kako?
Englesko, jer imam brother Motana, he's from Egypt, I think, and the sister she's from Ecuador. She's from Ecuador. Brother Bojan is from Sarajevo, but he lives in Croatia. And I'm Slovenian, I reside in England. So we have an interesting bunch today, and I'm glad. We are talking about the sacred sermon of Hermes and the Ahlul Bayt,
You know that I'm tattooed with the Hermes, That's the way how I came to the Ahlul Bayt.
You are tattooed with Thoth. You have an ibis Thoth.
It was
Lorena. Yes, Sister Lorena. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's just mention about her name. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
That's wonderful.
Assalamu alaikum, my dear brother.
Same to you, my friend. I'm just outside. We have one day of a really good time, so we're trying to clean up all the mess which has been happening for nearly a month.
They had a storm in. Where were you, Bojan?
In Dalmatia. In Bol, in Dalmatia, we had a really bad weather all around Dalmatia for nearly 2 or 3 weeks. I can't even remember, Jan, because it's been really little bit of sleep, and I'll put a camera on so you can see. Wait. No, I'm just outside. I was showing you. They put it out. So much food is being thrown out.
It's good. Always good to pick up food. Food can always. If the food is lying around, he'll pick it up. It's like money is lying around. Come on.
It's not the money, but you know that I'm a vegan as well. So usually my friends.
Why waste the good opportunity, right?
They leave it for me, and I pick it up, and it's not old. Me and my wife, we make a dinner or lunch, because we eat once a day, as you know. All the rest of the days we're fasting, and it's more than enough for us. But that's not the point. We were just like rescuing, properties from the people who are not living here, just to help them out, so the damage is not that big, because when they come back, it's gonna be horrors, man. And we can't obviously just break into the people's flat.
You can't.
But because they didn't leave a keys, but all the keys, more than 10 people leave keys with me and my wife during years. So we watch over the stuff.
You should look after other people's properties who are not there. You're not breaking into their houses, but it's always somebody is being thankful. If you see that something is not being damaged, you might have to call some people. Look, your house is in this and this stance, and you have to take care of it. Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Who is joining us? I think we have another guest from somewhere. It's being left. Somebody left. It's okay. So
people come and go. You see, there's the poster. There's the poster behind you, which I put now.
Hello. Something is. I think brother is cut off. So
But again, it's happening.
You were cut off for a second.
It's happening all around the world. As I said, there is that old thing, from the Second World War, when they came to pick up Morris.
Brother Boyan is cut off again. It happens a lot to him, basically, you know. Like Brother Boyan, sometimes he speaks something, you know, and
Serbs, Orthodox Christians, nobody said nothing. When they came to pick up Muslims, nobody said nothing. When they come to pick up us, there was nobody else to say nothing because you know he was already empty.
Yeah, it's from Second World War. It's always like that. Look, Boyan, thank you. If you wanna share the picture, you can. You know, like that we see what's going on. You know, like
that's my other friend from Bosnia.
Ah, okay. If there's a picture of like after the storm, you know, it's like after it's like posle oluje, dakle. Odmah je always it's like these sites are not so beautiful to see. So
Boulders, which came out from the sea.
It's maybe better not to share it. Well, it's cutting you.
No, I'm sending it to you.
It's cutting you up.
So you can see the sea. Sea went up at least 2 meters. This is a big change. It usually happens around April, and now
it's cutting you, Boyan. Boyan, it is cutting you. I'm telling you, you know, like I can hear you, but you are very like unintelligible, basically unaudible. Let's say, you know. So basically, I will try to mute you a bit because I'm not like we are not being broadcasted on the channel what is being said. So yeah, I will just continue with what I was saying, and we will leave that up to later. So yeah, so we have Sister Lorena. So you are very welcome on this channel, because like if I have English guests, why not talk in English? And like Islamic history, because you said you read this, and that basically the Quranic interpretation, even the Ahlul Bayt admits these things, you know, that for example, we have a hadith that, for example, Abu Abdullah Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam said he was one asked about the stars, and he replied, no one knows this science, you know, like no one knows about the stars except for 2 households. When this was the household of the Arabs and the household from the Indians. So, and in another narration it said that these households from India are actually descendants, basically they were the Ahlul Bayt of the vicegerents of Idris. So Abu Abdullah Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam in another narration says in the sky there are 4 stars. There are 4 stars. None knows them except a household from among the Arabs and a household from amongst the Indians. No one star of them, and for that real reason their calculations stand. It does stand. So obviously we get from these traditions that the knowledge that the household from the Arabs have is superior to the knowledge that the Indians have. You see, this is the issue, you know. So what happened? So the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when the star arises, even every calamity departs, you know, every trouble departs. So in classical usage, here the star is commonly understood as the Pleiades, you know, the Pleiades is called the Pleiades, very known like sequence of stars. You know the Pleiades, Lorena, you know, like you know something about the stars, you know, like this Andromeda, Pleiades, this type of sequence of stars. Yeah, so you know, yeah. So in classical usage, there is a star that is commonly understood as that, you know. So when affliction comes, so it affects crops, you know. So when the Pleiades rises, the crop diseases or afflictions are lifted, you know. So it's always good, you know, to see, you know, some astrologer, you know, because I'm telling you, like even the farmers, some of them are watching the stars, you know. Even you have like folklore traditions, you wouldn't believe this, you know. I'm sorry, boy, and I'm sorry, you know, like it's probably because of the storm. I will put it on the internet. You can watch it later. You can watch it later, boy. I don't want to get like too much disturbance on my part. But I can invite you again to the show. Assalamu alaikum. So yeah, and because of that,
don't worry, I'll watch it later. But it's on my end, as I said, because of the storms. The worst thing is that my messages and stuff comes at a different time. I send you something at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it comes at 8 o'clock in the morning.
This is tremendous, boy. This is not a coincidence. This is not.
No, there is no coincidence.
This is synchronicity, boy.
Synchronicity, and I'll show you just if my camera will work. Look, just above me. You see this?
Where is it? I don't see. Show me.
Can you see?
No. You didn't. You must turn on camera, boy.
Yes, I did.
Look. Okay, I will explain. Look. It's you.
Yeah. You see this?
You
see this?
You have 5G tower behind you.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you know where my house is? Look.
Where?
That's where I live. You see the houses?
Yeah, I see.
That's where my flat is. So not even 500 meters, man.
That's amazing.
And it's getting crazy and crazy. So when the storm is coming, hey Fatima, salam alaikum Fatima.
God bless you.
That's my another Bosnian friend. Her name is Fatima. And she works here in Croatia as well.
Oh, it's good. If you guys are working today, you are blessed. You have a job. I mean, I said today I wrote a post for the social media. I said like, good morning, those who I call it Sabbatniks, those who celebrate Sabbath, who have Sabbath, and those who don't, like we can't like now not recognize other people's religion, even even on RTL Hrvatska, this guy who is running the show, he said, like we should like respect all people's traditions, but we should have our own, make our own mind as well, We can't say, like, you chose your own leader, it's okay. I chose mine. I chose mine, Like I have freedom to believe in what I want, You have freedom, and these people have also the freedom to believe what they want,
And you know what? Me and you went through the tremendous way, and we actually had this.
That's boy.
Yeah, but me and you actually choose to follow this. It wasn't played upon us. It wasn't. So it's actually harder way, but it's a better way than to just follow blindly.
Look. It's always better to learn something than to regret it later.
Are you talking about me and Marcel?
No, what Marcel? What do you mean by Marcel? I don't even know. What are you talking about?
The books I was reading the other day, I was talking to you. Man, Proust. I don't know how. Proust. It took me a while because it was. I didn't want to put it down because I don't want to leave half book empty or like.
You said it was intense. Look, for Proust, it's a little bit too existentialist for me at this moment. It would make sense to me. Proust make sense to me. I can't deny it. But in this moment, like, it would bring my spirit down too much.
That's it. That's what's been happening to me because I've been reading 3 books at once, and then Proust comes and destroys everything.
For me, Proust, it puts me into a lot of this down position, and I rather go and like maybe do something, you know, like maybe crops, put some crops up or something. Do a couple
I couldn't do anything else on this weather, so I just wanted to finish a book.
It's true. It's
you
true.
know, so I can say, yep, I read it and now it's done.
No problem, Marko Ivanović. Vidimo se drugi put, evo. Slao sam invite Marku i nema Marka danas, ali dakle, doći će Marko sljedeći put kad bude imao više vremena za nas. Dakle.
Da, reci mi za Vorkija na brzinu.
Nisam ga još zvao.
Dobro, nema veze. Htio sam da se čujemo ti ja, pa sam te zvao, ali ne radi. Pa ako mi se prekine internet, da se izvini. If my internet goes down, sorry to everybody. Because it's really bad here living on island. Look, there is Hvar.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Boyan, it dropped Boyan again. It's no worries because like we
under everybody, and I'm living in a bold place, which means on English it means pain. Pain. You know why? Because people could not come in a split.
Yeah, it's like, you see, when Boyan starts to explain some folklore of these places, like he's always beating.
So they were always hurting, and the people used to treat them.
Yeah. Even the Rab.
So that's why name Bo.
Rab is also like it means. Rab it means the master, you know, like Rab, you know, it means to be in use, you know, like Rab. I mean, Italians were there, you know, like on the Rab. It wasn't like the most pleasant, especially during the World War II, you know, like it was very.
From home in a flat minute. I'll go home and I'll inshallah meet you in 5 minutes, man, because my internet will then hopefully be better.
Boyan.
So, assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum
wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh i čujemo se kasnije. I evo, Boyan, so I will just continue our conversation with Sister Lorena, basically, that I started. So about this hadith about Jafar Sadiq, basically it was explained that astrology was important, you know, because there's a lot of people, especially Sunnis, that say that this whole astrology business is haram, you know, that is haram about astrology. This is what I should say from a get-go. This is what I try to explain. So this is actually divination, and this is totally shirk and not acceptable in Sunni Islam. Somebody poses this question to Imam al-Sadiq, and he said, the man says no, that looking into the stars is not permissible, yet Imam al-Sadiq, Jafar al-Sadiq said that he finds it pleasing, you know, so, and that he's wrong towards it. So, who am I to say something about, against the teacher of Abu Hanifa, Sunnis, who taught Abu Hanifa, it was Jafar al-Sadiq, you couldn't believe this, no. Like, who is like me to speak badly about the teacher of Abu Hanifa? And he said that the astrology is not haram. You see, even Islamically speaking, these books put you into a precipice, you know, like knowing these things. So what Jafar al-Sadiq said, you know, that his soul wants it. If it helps his religion, though, then he has no need for anything that harms his religion. So, but if it does not harm his religion, by Allah, he longs for it. So, and for looking into it, he said, is not, as they say, it does not harm your religion. Then he added, you people, though, meaning your family, only looks at some of it. It much cannot be fully grasped, and is little of it brings no benefit of it. So, not for all of them, you know, but you know, these scholars, Lorena, you know, these scholars who don't know something, you know, they sometimes don't want to learn something, and like Ahmed Al-Hassan said, they made haram what is halal, and they made halal what is haram. Sometimes these scholars or these how was they call it, like people, they make things into their own hands, and said, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, I know this, I know that, or like, I know better than you, and what can you say then, when somebody, well, it's like, somebody in the street playing like some instrument, and he's making some profit from it, and this guy comes by and say, what, like, you shouldn't be doing this, I'm actually inspector, and I must take your instrument, and it's wrong what you're doing, But basically, this guy is not doing nothing wrong, and it's not haram what he is doing, because nobody said anything about not playing, like, whose streets is the streets of something, is something like permissible in the public place, or is it not, this is completely up to interpretation, but like some people would like certain things not be there, to certain things like, it's not like playing an instrument like but it's like being the same for everybody, even you have this whole thing of the social, I would call it like a social media phenomenon, that somebody said, like, you use this which I already used, you basically copied me, and you said, how? Because I didn't, I didn't mean to, and I don't know how, I said, look, I know from back then that this belongs to this and this, and this is my right, it's like, even if you play certain type of music, people like say, no, this is my music. We are friends, but it is my culture, and my culture is superior to yours, This is like, how I would call it, phenomenon of these later centuries, like, especially like of the 20th century, because we have all these beautiful things which followed these conflicts in the 20th century, which were like continuation, they were continuous, they were like present continuous, it's like present continuous, you have, even the tenses in English, they're like this, you have like present simple, you have present perfect, and you have present continuous, So these things in religion, it's continuous, we live in a time, it's cyclical, I would say, it's like dharmic, it's like cyclical, and it's always there that we learn from it. So with this, I will end this live because my battery is slowly dying. So Lorena, would you like to have any final words for this live, or can I end it? I think Sister Lorena is only listening. So yeah, okay. I will end it like this. Thank you, and you all have a beautiful Saturday and beautiful day. Sister Lena said that personally she believes there is no superior, only inferior cultures, only different cultures. How beautiful, Lorena, of you to think like this. This is very beautiful. And thank you everybody who joined this live. I hope we will have more lives like this in the future. And have a nice day. Peace be upon you. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
alla paredara Aliona wala شوف انا ديما لا 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 على الطريق